Hello everyone and welcome to the Military Update channel. This dramatic upgrade to the M1 Abrams could help the tank soldier on until the 2050s. The 40-year-old M1 Abrams tank just got a slew of new upgrades that could keep it rolling for decades. The Abrams-X, introduced this week, is a comprehensive redesign that transforms the 1970s-era tank into a real 21st century vehicle. If adopted, the tank could serve until the 2050s, or even later. A brief history of the M1 Abrams. Chrysler Defense, now General Dynamics Land Systems, first unveiled the M1 Abrams in 1979 as a replacement for older main battle tanks. The U.S. Army had used a series of tanks, starting with the M26 Pershing, introduced in 1945, that eventually ended with the M60 Patton. Each tank, from the M26 to the M46, M47, M48, and M60, was a logical evolution of the previous tank. Meanwhile, the M1 was a clean sheet design that completely broke with this series, introducing an angular turret, British-designed Chobham armor, a new ballistic computer, an early thermal imager, and a gasoline-powered turbine engine. The result was a tank that was better protected, faster, sleeker, and capable of night fighting. In all ways, it was a dramatic improvement. The M1 itself has undergone a similar evolution over the years. The A1 upgrade, introduced in the late 1980s, added a new 120mm main gun and depleted uranium armor that, although heavy, significantly improved armor protection. The M1A2 has parceled out upgrades in smaller batches, including a separate thermal viewer for the commander, a silent watch feature, allowing the vehicle to operate its thermal sights while powered down, improved ballistic protection for the crew, explosive reactive armor to defeat shake charge weapons, a digital backbone, digital ammunition dataling, and most recently, the Trophy Active Protection System. What's new with Abrams-X? Abrams-X is the biggest upgrade to the M1 Abrams main battle tank since it was introduced, reworking both the inside and the outside of the vehicle to incorporate a number of modern features. Firepower, protection, and mobility, the three traditional categories of modern tanks, are all substantially improved. Let's examine the features in that order, as well as a few other new ones. The next-gen tank replaces the old main gun, the M256 120mm gun, with what social media accounts have identified as the XM360 120mm gun. The XM360 was originally developed for future combat systems, an early 2000s effort meant to replace the Army's existing armored vehicles. The program spent $18 billion and yet produced a single working vehicle. The XM360 is the same caliber as the older M256 and uses the same ammunition. The XM360 also uses a pepper pot-style muzzle brake at the muzzle to help reduce recoil. The overall gun system uses composite materials and titanium to reduce gun system weight and thus overall vehicle weight. General Dynamics press release states Abrams-X has a reduced crew size, but doesn't elaborate. The traditional Abrams crew consists of a commander, gunner, loader, and driver, though more recent tanks, including the German Leopard 2, Japanese Type 10, and South Korean K2, include an automatic loader. Abrams-X also clearly features 3 crew hatches in the front of the vehicle. From this, we can infer Abrams-X is the first Abrams to sport an automatic loader, and that the turret, redesigned, and seemingly with a lower profile, is entirely uncrewed. Abrams-X is equipped on the top of the turret with what appears to be an XM914 30mm chain gun, replacing both the commander's M2 50 caliber machine gun and the loader's M247.62mm machine gun. The XM914 is mounted on a remotely operated gun system, permitting the crew to fire from down inside the hull, aiming at night and through smoke using a thermal imaging system. This allows the crew engage infantry, drones, soft-skinned vehicles like trucks, and lightly armored vehicles, like the Russian BMP-3 infantry fighting vehicle with a chain gun.